One day, a boy named Tanaka enters the room apologizing for being late, but a girl named Yuno shows her invention, Rocker Kun, which is an ultimate portable filtration which can prevent any water from getting dirty. Yuno gives Tanaka a glass telling him to drink her purified urine, however Tanaka rejects the offer saying it's gross. Yuno doesn't seem to back down as she goes on to tell how it will help with the scarcity of water and other weird stuff. However, Tanaka still rejects the offer, so Yuno turns to Yamashita and tells her to drink her filtered pee, but Yamashita says that she will sue her for sexual harassment, but after a little persuasion she chugs half of the beaker and tells that pee has neither taste or odor, so basically it's just a water. Uno turns to Tanaka and asks again to try it, but Tanaka still refuses like the beta male he is. Tanaka questions why she is even forcing him to drink it, so Yuno calls him dumb and reveals she wants him to drink it. Yuno seemed to be annoyed by him, but Tanaka tries to think through it, but his brain might be more dense than osmium. Yuno forces him to drink her urine, but Tanaka dodges every attempt and calls Yuno gross. This makes her sad as she cries, so Yamashita steps in and tries to make Tanaka realize how far he has been gone. This makes Tanaka reflect on his actions, but when offered again he rejects the offer, making both girls angry and leaves. Both girls lay down frustrated, thinking that he has been this dense from the day he joined the club, and does not think, which is exactly what she likes about him. The following day, Yuno tells him to not peek under his skirt, to which he doesn't care, making Yuno angry for not following the drama. That's when Yuno reveals that scoundrels love to look under girls' skirts, so she comes back with another strange invention called Kumatander no Tuple. It uses dark matter to make her underwear invisible. She thinks that if Tanaka can't see anything embarrassing, he might try to look up her skirt, get shy, and finally understand that she likes him. She asks Tanaka to look at her skirt from different angles, pretending it's for a science experiment. But things don't go as she hoped. Tanaka takes it very seriously, like a real science test. He looks carefully, asks simple questions about what he sees, and writes everything down without showing any emotion. Ino becomes very embarrassed, her face turns red with shame. Her strange idea completely fails again, and Tanaka still doesn't realize she has feelings for him. Ino excitedly shows her newest invention to the science club. She calls it Dastan, a machine made to remove bad smells, especially the kind from underwear. She really wants to test it properly, so she asks everyone in the club to give one piece of clothing. Ino gives Yamashita socks, Yamashita gives Tanaka shoes, and Tanaka gets Yuno's tights. Ino hopes that when Tanaka smells her tights, he will feel shy or act embarrassed. She wants him to notice her in a romantic way. But things don't go how she planned. Instead of feeling awkward, Tanaka and Yamashita start smelling the clothes for fun. They even turn it into a silly game, having a sniffing contest. Yuno watches them shocked and embarrassed. Her face turns red, and she runs away, angry that her idea failed. Tanaka didn't even realize what she was trying to do. Later, Yuno returns with another strange invention. This time, it's a weird full-body suit with a bra inside it. The suit is supposed to make it obvious when her chest size changes. Her plan is to wear it and make Tanaka notice the difference. She hopes he will look at her chest and finally understand her feelings. During their next club meeting, she challenges him to guess what part of her body is being protected or changed by the suit. But once again, things go wrong. Tanaka completely misunderstands the experiment. Instead of looking at her chest, he ends up hitting her backside by mistake, thinking that's where the invention is. Yuno feels humiliated. Every time she tries to get his attention, something goes wrong. Instead of love, she only gets embarrassed. Tanaka stays clueless, and Yuno is left feeling hurt and ignored. A new girl joins Yuno's class. She acts very confident and doesn't mind showing off. She soon asks Yuno to help her make a machine that can block people from looking under her skirt. Yuno gets excited and quickly builds a tool called the kilt hide, which hides what's under a skirt. She shows it to both Tanaka and the new girl, Kitanaga. Yuno hopes that Tanaka will be shocked or embarrassed when he sees how the device works. She wants him to react in a cute way that shows he's paying attention to her. But to her surprise, Tanaka doesn't show any emotion at all. He stays calm and doesn't react the way she hoped. On the other hand, Kitanaga loves the attention and seems happy that people are looking at her, even though the device hides everything. This makes Yuno feel upset and jealous. Even though her invention works perfectly, it doesn't get the emotional reaction she was hoping for, especially from Tanaka. Later, Yuno introduces another new invention called Garakutan. She says it turns regular water into super fresh water from space. Secretly, she just wants to share a drink with Tanaka so it will feel like an indirect kiss. At first, Tanaka doesn't want to drink it because he remembers when Ino once made water from something gross. But after some time, he agrees and drinks it. Yuno gets happy, thinking it's a special moment. Then Tanaka drinks from another bottle, and Yuno gets confused. He mentions the idea of an indirect kiss and says Ino might be thinking about it. She quickly denies it, but her red face says otherwise. When he offers his bottle to her, she grabs it but drops it in her nervousness. He goes to get a towel, and she tries to drink from it, but he returns too fast. Embarrassed, she hides her feelings again. What was meant to be a romantic moment turns into a mess. Yuno creates a robot that looks just like her, names it Yuno No. 13. Her goal is to make Tanaka feel amazed by her invention, or even a little jealous. She hides in a box nearby, watching everything secretly. The robot walks up to Tanaka and begins talking to him in a flat, robotic voice. Its twin ponytails are made of wires and move in a stiff way, but Tanaka doesn't notice anything strange. In fact, he treats the robot like it's the real Yuno. He gently pats its hair and says that it's reliable and helpful. Yuno, hiding in the box, gets more and more annoyed. She thought he would be impressed by her skills or confused by the fake version of her. But instead, he becomes so fond of the robot that he even says he'll always support it. Yuno wants to stop the whole thing, but it's too late. Tanaka seems more connected to the robot than to her, and this leaves her feeling frustrated and ignored. Later, Yuno shows off another invention called the summon stat. This machine can make non-living things come alive. To test it, she uses one of her own tights and turns it into a small moving creature. She calls the creature Taemin and hopes it will admire her legs, or at least make Tanaka pay more attention to her. But things don't go the way she expected. At first, Taemin seems to like Yamashita, showing affection by cuddling up to her. Then it goes to Tanaka and acts cute around him. Tanaka smiles and treats Taemin like a weird but friendly pet. Yuno gets upset again because her invention is getting all the attention, not her. Tanaka focuses completely on Taemin, and once again, Yuno is pushed to the side by her own creation. Yuno comes up with the idea of a ghost hunting trip for the science club. She believes that being in a spooky place might finally make Tanaka show some emotions, maybe fear or surprise, that could lead to a sweet moment between them. She builds a special ghost detecting machine and gives one to everyone. Her real goal is to use the scary setting as a way to get closer to Tanaka. But things don't go the way she imagined. Yamashita gets scared right away, screaming even when nothing serious happens. Meanwhile, Tanaka stays calm the whole time, not showing any reaction. Yuno watches in disappointment as her big plan turns into a silly school adventure. Instead of fear or romance, the whole trip becomes full of light jokes and funny scares. No one realizes what Yuno had hoped for, and she ends up feeling ignored once again. Later, Yuno offers help to Nishihara, the captain of the track and field club. Nishihara has a problem. She sweats too much and feels embarrassed about it. Yuno creates a new outfit that soaks up all the sweat from her body. She tells everyone the sweat water can be reused safely. Secretly, Yuno plans to give that sweet water to Tanaka to drink, hoping it will make him feel closer to her or show that he cares. When Yuno gives the drink to Tanaka, he hesitates, remembering past weird experiences with her inventions. But in the end, he drinks it. Yuno gets flustered, her face turning red, thinking maybe this moment means something special. However, Tanaka acts normal and even wonders if he should drink more. This surprises Yuno and ruins the mood again. Instead of making Tanaka feel closer to her, Yuno just ends up embarrassed. Her plan to create a romantic moment fails once more. One day, Yuno sees that Tanaka is stuck in the rain without an umbrella. Wanting to help and maybe get closer to him, she offers him her newest invention called the He umbrella. It's not a normal umbrella. Instead of using fabric, it creates a light gravity field around the person that pushes rain away. To show how it works, Yuno pours water from a can while walking on a table, and the water doesn't touch her. Tanaka watches carefully and even compliments her for coming up with something so clever. Yuno feels proud and starts daydreaming about sharing the umbrella with Tanaka. In her mind, she sees them walking side by side, their shoulders touching in a cute romantic moment. But reality hits her hard, literally. As she turns to offer the umbrella, she slips in a puddle and lands right on the device, which accidentally activates. It presses against her underwear before turning on, creating a bubble of gravity that makes the rain fall all around her but not on her. Tanaka and Yamashita rush over to help, but Yuno is already red-faced from embarrassment and pain. Her plan to create a romantic moment ends with her sitting in an awkward position, shocked and humiliated. Later, Yuno creates another gadget called the Ecchi booster, a belt meant to make both people in a match equally strong. She decides to challenge Tanaka to a sumo match, thinking the belt will help her keep up with him. At first, things seem to go well, and she even starts pushing Tanaka back. But then, the belt malfunctions and sends extra power to Tanaka instead. He suddenly becomes way too strong and easily throws Yuno down. She crashes onto the mat sore and embarrassed, while Tanaka stays calm, not even realizing what went wrong. Yuno comes up with a wild and embarrassing plan she names TPT, which stands for Tanaka Panties Tibzasu. Her strange goal is to somehow make Tanaka eat panties without realizing it. To do this, she works with Yamashita. They secretly shrink Tanaka's lunch portions to make sure he stays hungry. Yamashita isn't fully on board and doubts hunger alone will make anyone eat underwear. But Yuno has already thought of that. She reveals her newest creationing, a snack called Panty Roti. It's made from rice flour fibers shaped and boiled to look like a small, soft cookie. What makes it shocking is that it's made using the same kind of material as panties. During the science club, Yuno places the snack in front of Tanaka. Yamashita watches nervously, not believing it will work. To her surprise, Tanaka picks it up and eats it without thinking twice. He even likes the taste and asks if there's more. Yuno starts blushing heavily, overwhelmed by how far her plan has gone. She thinks about taking off her own panties to show him what he just ate, but she can't do it. Embarrassed and panicking inside, she simply tells him there are no more snacks left. Tanaka looks a bit disappointed, while Yuno feels like she lost her nerve at the last second. Next, Yuno sets up a new invention called the Gacha Porter, which is like a wish machine. She tells Tanaka he can wish for anything, but secretly rigs it so that her panties must be used as payment. She hopes this will somehow create a strange romantic moment. However, when Tanaka uses the machine, it gives him something completely different. Her plan fails again. Tanaka stays calm and doesn't notice anything strange, while Yuno ends up feeling ignored once more. Yuno comes up with a new invention called Quitsu Nate Luna D, which is a special pill meant to let someone sleep deeply but still stay half awake. Her plan is to give it to Tanaka during science club, so he'll be relaxed enough to answer her personal questions, especially one about how he feels about her. She hopes that in this sleepy state, he'll finally say something honest and meaningful. After giving him the pill, Yuno waits eagerly for him to speak his heart. But things don't go the way she wants. Even though Tanaka is clearly drowsy, he doesn't say anything important. He just acts a little sleepy but gives no emotional answers. Yuno grows disappointed as her plan once again fails to bring her closer to him. Instead of hearing his true feelings, she is left feeling unsatisfied and annoyed. Later on, Tanaka's younger twin sisters, Mizuna and Yomogi, show up without warning looking for their brother. Yuno is surprised because she didn't even know Tanaka had sisters. Wanting to impress them, and maybe connect with Tanaka through his family, she gives them some of her special candy that she made for experiments. She hopes the candy will amuse them and make her look cool in front of Tanaka. But the sisters quickly start arguing with each other about the candy flavors. They are so caught up in their fight that they completely ignore Yuno and her efforts. Meanwhile, Tanaka doesn't seem to notice anything strange and stays calm as always. Yuno feels invisible again, with even Tanaka's little sister stealing the attention she hoped to get. In the end, her attempt to get noticed fails once more, leaving her feeling left out and defeated. Yuno invented a special pair of tights that can make electricity when her thighs rub together. The power is strong enough to charge a phone. Her idea is to get Tanaka to use this invention, so he will need her help and get closer to her. She hopes this will lead to some kind of romantic moment. During the science club, Tanaka asks to charge his phone, and Yuno tells him to rub her tights to make electricity. He does exactly that, calmly and with full focus on charging his phone. Yuno, on the other hand, tries hard not to panic. She feels nervous and embarrassed as Tanaka touches her legs without realizing how close they are. But Tanaka stays serious and treats it like a normal experiment. He doesn't think anything romantic is happening at all. Yuno's plan to create an emotional or flirty moment fails, and she is left feeling awkward. In another scene, Yuno shows off a new invention, a high-tech swimsuit that uses quantum waves to let the person wearing it float in the air. It's meant to be cool and amazing, but things go wrong. While she's testing it, Tanaka's little sister Mizuna suddenly bursts into the room and swings the door open. A rush of air pushes Yuno out of the room. She ends up flying through the air until Tanaka catches her just in time. But the way he grabs her leaves her stretched out in an embarrassing position. Mizuna sees the awkward scene, becomes flustered, and quickly shuts the door. Yuno stays suspended in Tanaka's arms, completely humiliated. Once again, Tanaka doesn't seem to notice anything strange or romantic, and Yuno is left feeling both embarrassed and ignored. Yuno comes up with a strange invention called Kanchikan. It's a device made to catch people acting inappropriately on crowded trains. Secretly, Yuno wants to use it on Tanaka. Her plan is to convince him to pretend he's being a little too close to her, hoping the machine will go off. She thinks that if the device beeps, it might make Tanaka feel embarrassed, and maybe he'll finally show some emotion. After a little pushing, Tanaka agrees to help with the test. Sure enough, the device activates. But instead of getting the reaction she hoped for, Yuno is the one who gets flustered. She completely loses control of the situation. Rather than making Tanaka seem like a creep or creating a romantic spark, the moment turns strange and uncomfortable. Neither of them knows what to say, and the air is filled with silence and tension. Yuno's plan doesn't bring them closer, it only makes things more awkward. Later on, Yuno shows Tanaka another new tool she invented. It's called Repara Te, a pair of gloves that can smooth out rough areas. She says they're for general use, but she's really using them to remove hair from her legs. While explaining the gloves, she mentions leg hair, and Tanaka looks completely surprised. He acts like he never knew girls had leg hair at all. Yuno freezes, shocked by how clueless he is. Her face goes pale, and her thoughts spiral into panic. What she thought would be a normal conversation suddenly feels like a nightmare. Tanaka's innocent reaction makes her feel deeply embarrassed, and once again, her plan to impress him ends in personal disaster. Yuno creates a new invention, bloomers that can float in the air. Her strange goal is to fall from above and land right on Tanaka's face, thinking this will finally make him react in some emotional or romantic way. During science club, she sets up the scene by floating in the air above him using her laundry hanging machine. She waits for the perfect moment, then lets herself fall. But each time she drops, Tanaka calmly steps aside without even noticing what she's trying to do. Yuno ends up crashing to the floor again and again, getting more and more embarrassed with every failed attempt. No matter how many times she tries, Tanaka never reacts the way she wants. He stays calm, completely unaware of her real intentions, while Yuno is left feeling silly and frustrated. Later, the president of the tennis club, Minamine, comes to Yuno with a problem. She's annoyed that some boys try to peek under her skirt while she's playing tennis. Yuno decides to help by inventing a special skirt that blocks anyone from seeing underneath, no matter the angle. Proud of her work, Yuno shows off the skirt in front of Minamine and Tanaka. Instead of focusing on Yuno or praising her creativity, Tanaka starts talking seriously with Minamine about the situation. He calmly explains why some boys act that way and shares his thoughts on respecting others. He treats the whole thing as a normal, thoughtful discussion. Yuno watches from the side, hoping for some kind of special attention, but once again, she's left out of the moment. While Tanaka and Minamine have a serious talk, Yuno stands there feeling invisible, her plan to impress Tanaka once again completely unnoticed. Yuno's first invention is a special outfit called the Gan-Q suit, which can make the person wearing it invisible. She creates it with one goal in mind, to sit quietly next to Tanaka without him knowing and see if he does anything that shows he cares about her. As she hides under the suit, Yuno slowly moves closer to him, feeling nervous the whole time. She hopes that being near him without being seen will help her learn his true feelings. During the scene after the opening, Tanaka suddenly turns and seems to notice something moving next to him. It's a small moment, but for Yuno, it feels important. Even though Tanaka doesn't figure out it's her, Yuno feels both embarrassed and a little happy. Maybe, just maybe, he's not as clueless as he seems. Later, Yuno built another invention called Ballet Tan. It's a mannequin made to look like a graceful ballet dancer. She designs it to move beautifully and carefully plans its dance, hoping Tanaka will be impressed by how elegant it looks. She even thinks he might get a little jealous. But when Tanaka walks in and sees the mannequin dancing, he doesn't react how she imagined. Instead of being amazed or suspicious, he calmly asks the dummy if it is okay, thinking it's a real person. Yuno watches in disbelief. Her plan fails completely. Tanaka doesn't even notice her. And now he's talking kindly to a fake ballerina. Yuno feels humiliated after all the effort she put in. Still, even though things didn't go her way, there's something sweet about how hard she tries. It shows how much she wants to be noticed, even if Tanaka doesn't see it yet.